Hey, what is going on? Cowboy Nation in the house. I wish I could cover my face, but I couldn't see the damn screen if I had to. But it's Cowboy Nation. It's myself, Paul Spencer, Cowboy Dave, and the man behind his face, hand right there hiding. It's the TLP Matt Klein. Guys, usually we're here at 9:30, but tonight it's 6:30. It's our new time slot. So, Cowboy Nation, what is going on? I don't feel that happy about this week. So, what are you guys
Tough
feeling,
one.
man? What are you guys feeling right now?
My numbness is gone.
Dig a hole, climb in it, and bury ourselves.
My numbness has gone away after 2 days of this.
You know what I feel like. You remember back in the day where the New Orleans Saints were the Aints. They covered their face in the brown paper bag. I actually went to like 5 stores today looking for a damn paper bag, and they don't have them up here anymore. That's what I want to do, honestly. After this, game, I don't even want to call it a game. You know what I mean? I really don't. But
No.
I mean, we have to talk about it. Of course, we have to talk about it. But
do we have to?
I think it was a great game for Jacksonville.
Well, I thought the first half was good for us.
But you know what happened? I mean, the first half, guys. This first half we look okay. We're running the ball. Everything seems to be on flow point here. And you go into the back half of the game here, up 17. An amazing stat that the Cowboys were 119-0 when they were up 17 points going into the second half.
Oh, here we go. All streaks have to come to an end sometime. I guess that was the day.
But come on.
I'm going to blame.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to blame who announced our game.
You're going to blame me.
Oh, no, I'm just playing up. Whoever announced the game that wanted to show the record that they've never lost a game. And it's like, oh, well, Cowboys are going to lose this one because they haven't lost a game yet and they're playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Who announced it? Who announced the game? I have no idea.
I don't even remember who the hell announced
it. Some Joe Schmo. But every time, I think they did this against Green Bay. Mm-hmm. We were up by 14 and they put up a record that whatever, and it was undefeated.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Something was undefeated. I forget what it was. Or never gave I think being up by 14 points going into the fourth, a team's never lost.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I believe. Don't hold me against it. But we lost. This game, they want to show whatever that crazy ass undefeated record was. What was it? 140, I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, something stupid. Some dumb number.
It's so true because you know how announcers, they always say shit about the kicker. Well, he's 9 for 9 this year, and inside the 35, he's automatic. He hasn't missed. He can kick it from 40. Then he comes out there and he kicks it into the stands all the way wide right. You know what I mean? That's exactly what they did. Jinxed them big time. But a couple comments real quick. Evan, every team has a bad loss every season. This might be yours. Bro, that wasn't a bad loss, okay? That was just a total demolishing between first and second half, dude. That's not a loss. That's not a loss. That's just beating your damn self 100%.
Evan, it was a total letdown in the second half. I wouldn't say the first half.
Yep. Then we got Adam Blinn checking in, EAGLES. Adam, I appreciate you chiming in. Great viewer. I appreciate you chiming in. But, listen.
Adam, this is a Cowboy station. Go find Eagles channel.
Adam's a good dude. He checks into all of our shows, man. I love Adam. He's a good guy. But,
I'm just kidding with you, Adam. Just playing around.
But listen, let's talk about this. I mean, we know what happened in the game, but my thing is this here. There's 15 minutes in a quarter, right? And I'm not the smartest dude in the room, man. But a first half is 30 minutes, and the other half is 30 minutes. And when you put 30 and 30 together, that's a 60-minute game. Am I right or wrong?
Oh, with commercials, it's 3 hours.
Honestly, I wish we had a lot more commercials because I did not want to see some of the shit that was going on in the second half. Honestly, I mean,
it's amazing how a 60-minute game can go 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean, but what are you going to see? I mean, our last show we talked about it, man. Versus the Colts. Okay, we had one good quarter. Okay, the Texans, we had first 5 minutes. I want to say looked good. First drive, okay. Last 5 minutes of the game, we came back and won. So you think about this, okay? Last game, we had a decent first and second quarter. but we played 30 minutes. So really, you put all this together, we haven't even played a full game in the last 3 games, honestly.
It's true.
I mean, we're heading into the playoffs here. My magic number is 1, which we'll get into. Win 1 game, but in the back half of the season, your last 4 games, you should be escalating to the playoffs, correct? Getting better, getting it right, as we called it. But us, man, no, we're not doing that. We're staying here, and then all of a sudden it's just the roller coaster dive. I mean, what's going on?
Not to say, I mean, every team has their ups and downs, and that happens at times. Ours just happened to be at the wrong time.
Last 3 weeks.
Yeah, last 3 weeks. I mean, we were cruising for a while. We were doing really well.
Yeah, but Dave, there's a difference between having a bad game and having 3 games that are bad, man.
Well, usually after a loss, we bounce back. So maybe this is the case. I'm hoping.
Okay, well, Dave, didn't that damn Texans game put a scare in your ass? You barely beat them. So this game should be like not a bounce back game. This should be a statement game.
Well, I'm saying. Well, you said yourself. Sorry, Matt, cut you off. You said yourself a few weeks ago this was a trap game. So I don't know. I mean,
in a way, but the way they played, Dave. I mean, you took your foot off the pedal, man.
We did. I agree.
I mean, it was going my way, honestly. Remember how I said a couple of weeks ago, and even last week, I said, get a lead first, and then maybe we can slowly take the starters out so we can prepare for the Eagles game health-wise. Right. I started seeing that in the second half. I'm like, okay, wow, Dak's going to play. We're just going to run the ball and get a new continuity of the line, get the new receivers acclimated, T.Y. if he played, whatever. But to me, man, I wish the starters, would have just played the way of the first half, because that second half was just a debacle of what the hell we were about.
So I do want to bring up one thing about the Texans. Everybody was on our ass when we barely pulled off a win against the Texans.
We did.
But I didn't hear a peep this past week when Kansas City Chiefs went to overtime with the Texans and barely pulled it off.
Great point, Matt. Great. I love it.
I haven't heard one thing. It's just the Cowboys struggled against the Texans. All right, well, what about Kansas City? They just struggled.
Mm-hmm. Took them to overtime.
I mean, you're looking at the second best team by record in the NFL, and you don't hear shit about them because it's the Dallas Cowboys, man. They struggled. The Texans took them to the brink. You guys needed a last drive. Exactly like you said. Like, I took a parlay, and I'm looking at the Chiefs. This should be a no-win situation. I mean, easy win for this. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
But you don't hear one thing on Good Morning Football, NFL Live. You don't hear crap about it. But if Dallas struggles, oh man,
how come we're the top of we're the top of every conversation? Like every show. I know I get all that, but every show you watch, it's always about the Cowboys. Always.
It is. I mean, to me, the Cowboys have to win every game by 50 points. You know what I mean? And then nothing bad can be said. But if you struggle, you win a close game. But you think about it, just like the Eagles game, man. The Bears had them. You know what I mean? The Bears had them. They put up one hell of a game.
Dude, it was funny. I had Chicago's defense, and I actually played them, and they gave me 10 points. I was shocked.
Let's not talk about that game, because I started Miles Sanders over Montgomery, and Sanders lost me my damn fantasy.
Yeah, Montgomery had a good game.
Montgomery was still on the bench with 30 points.
Oh, Matt, why did you do that?
You would think going against the Eagles, he was going to have trouble running.
Yeah, but Montgomery he had 2 touchdowns. He was hot.
And Miles Sanders, I wish I would have known that before the game started. That was going to happen.
Well, that's.
But thinking Miles Sanders is going to run all over Chicago.
Yeah, he
struggled.
Well,
he actually
it's funny.
The Chicago Bears in the game the whole time with his fumble and their recovery.
It's funny you should say that, because my fantasy team, my nephew Bobby and I, we had we were going against Kirk Cousins, and man, did that backfire on us. He had a monster second half. Oh my God. And we lost by 10. And we needed 39 from what's his name? Aaron Jones. Wasn't going to happen. He only gave us 19.
Yeah. A.J. Dillon's been going off.
What's up with that? Yeah.
All right, well, let me ask you guys a question here. We always talk about Dallas running the ball, right? That's what we need to do. That's where our bread and butter's at right now. You run the ball, you set up the play action.
Yeah.
Now this is surprising here. Pollard, 19 carries, 75 yards. Zeke, 16 carries, 58 yards. When was the last time you've seen the Dallas team run 35 times? I haven't seen that all year. Yeah. And we lost the game. We lost the game
because it's situational football, which we are not good at. We're just not. We don't think with our heads. Let's run the ball. Let's run the ball 3 times. See, if you don't get a first down, they have to use all 3 timeouts anyway. You kick the ball. There's 40, 35, and they have to go 60 yards to go 30 seconds?
Well, I think it needs to be balanced on play calling here.
Stupid.
It was 3rd and 1, and we took a deep shot downfield.
Yeah, that was dumb too. I don't know.
Number one, you stopped the clock for them. They didn't have to use the timeout. Number one,
right?
And then listen, why do we have Zeke, man? Why?
Well, McCarthy went for the long bomb. He figured, let's win it.
You know what? Going for the long bomb. I understand. You want to put a dagger in. You want to put a dagger in the team.
And that's what they wanted to do. That was
if you're going to do it on first down. If you want to take a shot,
exactly.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And the thing was,
work around it.
And the thing was, if you noticed that game, I know you guys didn't get the whole game. You guys caught glimpses of it, but in the first half, they didn't have 8 or 9 in the box. Okay, they never did that in the first half. That second half, we became so one-dimensional where we're just running the ball. They put 8 guys in the box, single man on a receiver, 1 safety, and the safety crashed. Okay, why didn't we run outside? What's the one word that we've seen all the time these guys run? Jet sweeps and tosses, right? Where the fuck is that at? Where?
So here's my thing. I don't know if you guys noticed, but anytime we are up by 2 touchdowns or more, Kellen Moore's play calling. It could be Mike McCarthy for all we know. Their play calls are Zeke up the middle, Pollard up the middle, up the middle, and then we have to punt. Right back to them.
Right.
Why aren't we taking outside shots?
Agree. And Matt, just like you said, you watch it in the first half versus the second half. We do run them. We run a lot of ISOs. I'm not going to say we don't. We do run ISOs no matter what, all throughout the game. But the one thing there's a lot of window dressings in those ISOs.
Right.
You see the man in motion. You see a guard pull. But just like you said, when we're up, it's straight, man on man. You know what I mean? Yep. The backer on the backer is what they want. Running right up the middle. It's simple isolation plays, and it doesn't work, man. That's why they put 8 or 9 in the box, and they stopped it 100%. It's the play calling, man.
Go to the overtime when we stopped them 3 and out. Our defense actually stopped them. I was shocked.
That was the problem with this game. It wasn't Dak Prescott. It was our damn defense.
Exactly, and that's where I was going with this. But here's the thing: during the overtime, and when we had the ball, remember that toss he gave to Pollard and Pollard 19 or whatever it was, a nice run. Why didn't they keep doing that? It was working. I don't understand. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Your question is as good as everybody here. I mean, real fans understand this, but it's just like you get so pissed off. Like we sit there and watch the game. And it doesn't take a damn idiot. I mean, a rocket scientist, to play call for the Dallas Cowboys. You have speed on the outside. And my thing was, okay, I know Ferguson was hurt, but where the hell was Henderson and Schultz, man?
Where was Michael Gallup, if you're going to go that far?
Gallup, one catch.
Where was James Washington, if you're going to go that far? I mean, we're not even using these guys, and we have them. I don't understand. If you have weapons, use them, man. I don't get it.
I agree. I mean, let's talk about the passing game really quick here. CeeDee Lamb, 7 targets, 7 receptions, 126.
Have a day.
Noah Brown, 9 targets, 6 catches, which we'll get into the 1 miss one. But here we go. Pollard,
two touchdowns. Two touchdowns. You forgot that.
But still, Dave, when it counts, it was bullshit. Okay.
They all count.
Hold on, Dave. Pollard, a running back, 4 reception. Tight ends, total of 3 catches. Gallup, 2 targets, 1 catch, 2 freaking yards.
Yeah.
That's our $100 million contract we gave up. 2 targets.
Yeah.
To me, that's Kelvin Moore. I'm sorry. I can't That's Kellen Moore.
But you know
you
what?
can't.
It's Kellen Moore with the play call, but Prescott's throwing the ball.
Thank you. I was going to get into that.
He makes his option. Kellen Moore's not out there throwing the ball. You've seen how
True.
well he was in the quarterback position. He sucked.
Right. Yes, he did. He was horrible.
Terrible.
And the thing is also, if you watch Dak, like, to me, ever since that injury, man, he's just looking down one receiver. And right now, his name is CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know how many times I watched this game. Like, I don't watch it on the NFL Network. I watch it on Dallas's broadcast. So they show a little bit more, you know?
Right.
And you look at Dak Prescott, when he gets out of that pocket, his eyes are fixated, and it's usually right where Lamb is, like I said. But that crossing route or a drag route is there every freaking time. The check down is there every single time. Like, he's not reading his progression, and I don't know what it is. I really don't. He's taking a step back, and it's I don't know what it is, man. I really don't. I really don't.
Maybe
He's just in a slump.
I don't know if it's a slump. I mean, I can't say he's a. You know.
Well, listen. Here's the thing: if you're paid $40 million, that word is not in your dictionary. At $40 million.
I understand that, but here's the thing: I mean, we're putting up 30 points a game, guys, and yet, I mean,
Dave, here's the thing, Dave. You put up
34 points,
Dave. But look, you put up 30 points a game, right? But you're losing stupid, idiotic games, Dave.
I get it. In terms of interceptions. And I'm not saying that Noah Brown was his fault.
Right.
That wasn't his fault.
But he's thrown interceptions that put teams back in it. The one that threw right to him when we were on our own 20. Gave him the ball right back.
Oh, wait a minute. His hand was hit on that one. You can't. No.
It was still way too high.
I get it. But as he was going back, his hand was hit. I mean, you can't, you know.
I agree.
I mean.
But it's still his passes are not accurate whatsoever.
No, they're not.
No. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. That's what I'm saying about Dak. That's either on or off.
$40 million contract or $40 million a year, you need to be on point all game long.
And you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I mean, come on. He was 15 and 16 in the first half. You can't ask for anything better than that.
No,
I can ask for a 60-minute game. I can ask for a 60-minute game. You know,
right?
I get it, but. He was hot on the first half. He couldn't miss.
All right, before we get into some, let's read a couple comments. There's Patrick Bernard. What's up, Pat? You can check him out on Sunday morning, 8 p.m. and AM on Devereaux Sports over there. Check him out. Joey says, and Packers. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Probably the Packers game, I guess, when we play them. But here's the thing. To me, what I see about Dak right now, his accuracy is a little bit off. He's throwing high. He's not. He's looking down targets. And he's not hitting him in stride, number one. I mean,
he's trying to make plays. That's all. I mean,
well, making a play is something where you're putting your wide receivers in positions to strive for the ball. You know, I don't know how many times he's thrown behind the ball. You know, you want to set that receiver in motion where his next step is ball catch.
Well, his 98-yard drive was awesome. 2 minutes. My God.
I'm glad he had one MVP drive all season. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. But here's my thing.
Did it win the game? So
okay, well, what happened last week when he's off target? He lost the game.
That wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but this is what we're talking about. You can't be playing 2-minute games. You need to be playing an entire 60-minute game.
Exactly.
Or you're going to lose the NFL any given Sunday.
Exactly. Now, here's the other thing I want to ask both of you guys. Okay. Matt, we both coach, and Dave, I'm not, taking this against you or anything like that, okay? So don't feel that. But, I coach offense. Matt, you coach as well now. Your quarterback, little league is a little bit different, but when you're coaching a guy this caliber, what is the one thing you tell your quarterback? You have to have the clock in your head. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
You have to climb the pocket when you feel pressure. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right.
When does Dak ever climb the damn pocket?
Never.
Why?
I've never seen it.
Why?
When he starts running, he used to, before his injury,
he used to before the injury. He did a lot.
Mm-hmm. But now he scares and he starts running and then ends up getting sacked.
That's the thing. Like when we first seen him, but prior injury, his first year, man. I mean, there was no film on him, so everything was pretty much a new explanation on Dak here. But even his second year, if the pressure was there, he would escalate, either roll out right or left. But a lot of times, majority of his runs came up the middle, feeling that pressure. Now, he just stands there and he's ducking and he's throwing a bad ball.
Wait a minute. He threw one on the run to Noah Brown the other day.
Okay, one play, Dave. We're going back to that one play, though.
But I'm saying he did. I mean,
listen,
he dodged the defensive guy, went to his left and threw it to his right, and there was Noah Brown sitting right there.
But here's the thing. I coach offense, and to me, it's like, listen, you have a God-given talent in your legs, Dak Prescott. We know you can run the ball, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you show that run, I mean, listen, one time a quarter, just give me a 5-yard, 6-yard, gamper outside up the middle. That makes that defense think about what you just did. They know Dak is not running the ball, man. We know that. Teams know that
around it.
Exactly. Look, you play the Eagles, you play the Chiefs, you play the Bills, you play the Bears. You know that these 4 quarterbacks can beat you if a play breaks down and take off up the middle, right or wrong?
True.
Right.
Well, with Dallas, okay, we got a running quarterback. Well, what the hell's he doing? He's a dead duck in the pocket, and it's so stupid when I say Dak Prescott is a dead duck in the pocket because he doesn't run the damn ball.
He never used to be until the injury.
Okay, well, listen, man, why did we pay him $40 million, honestly, then?
He probably has more illegal or intentional groundings than he does yards.
Okay, then who else is out there?
No, I'm not saying switch quarterbacks. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
Okay.
Don't think I'm saying that. I'm not saying that. But to me,
use your wheels.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's all I want. That's all I want you to do is, listen, man. Matt, we always talk about this. 4 times 3 is 12 yards. Am I right or wrong? That's a first down.
Right.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is 10.
Get me 3 yards. Live 2nd and 6. I can live with a 2nd and 6. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then you can either run it or third down. You can get that 4-yard stick outside and move the chains. Us, no. It's run the ball, same damn play, 1, 2, and 3. And then on third down, then you take your shot. But we play backwards, honestly. And that's what I'm seeing what Dallas does. I'm the type of guy on first down. I script a couple plays, but if I see the defense creeping, I'm going to take my shot, man. If I got one-on-one, I'm going to take my shot with Gallup. I'm going to take my shot with Lamb. No, we got single man-high coverage out there on an island by themselves. And I don't know how many times I hear Dak kill, and it's the same damn run up the middle.
Yeah, kill.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't going back to this game is I don't blame Dak for this.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's not been on point. I know he's been off.
Right.
But this one's on the defense. 100%.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Because you giving up 503 yards against this team. We couldn't stop Jacksonville.
Talk to me.
The whole second half.
Nope.
Talk to me,
They
man.
were flying all over. Kelvin Joesph is terrible.
Well, before you go there,
he's
but
he's the biggest problem because if it wasn't for him and Bland was out there instead of him, what's his face would have never gotten 2 touchdowns over him.
Wait a minute. What was the time frame in the game when we got the fumble recovery by Parsons?
A minute 24.
124, 126, yeah, right now.
And we couldn't get what? We couldn't finish it. We couldn't finish it. We had it.
Well, I mean, I think this was a defensive game.
But at the same time, I understand our offense couldn't finish it, but we should have never been in that situation.
True.
But here, our defense made a great play. Got the ball back.
That's one series.
I get it, but that was a key part of the game where we could have, a couple first downs and we call it a day.
21 unanswered points.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna go that far, then what did the Colts do to Minnesota? Minnesota did the Colts 33-0.
Yeah, but I'm not
even worried about that. Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, we should have never been put in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
That we had to rely on our offense after them being up 17 points.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There should have been no reason that we were fighting for a victory in that game.
I
Fighting
totally
in overtime
agree.
for a W.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville should have lost the game. Blank period.
I agree.
Our defense was tired. They looked like they were just on the field too much, which they weren't the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Second half, they came out flat as shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was
Is that
around.
now?
Everybody was arm tackling.
Is that Dan Quinn?
No.
players.
No, Dave.
I'm saying, is that Dan Quinn not putting the right guys in the right position? Is my question.
No.
Well, so I don't. I think no.
There was one. There was one Kelvin Joesph.
Yes, because now this is the second game in a row that Joesph has screwed us up. That put us in a situation that we're in now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only reason I say Dan Quinn. That's the only part Dan Quinn's messed up.
Yes.
Okay.
But besides that, the defense, he's putting this defense in perfect position to win games. To have teams not score that many points.
Well, like I said, you guys saw it. I didn't see it because
I know, but I'm just saying our defense. I blame our defense 100% on this loss.
And I'm with you. Absolutely, I can't argue with that.
503 yards is unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
And you know what? If they show up like that this week, the Philadelphia Eagles, regardless who they have at quarterback,
they're going to blow us away.
Field
day.
I agree.
Eagles. I now say Eagles by 30, guaranteed.
If that's the case. Yeah.
Well, before let's get some comments here. I forgot to read them here. We're diving in this Cowboys debacle shit. So we're going to miss a lot of comments. But Rob Hefner says, "What's up, fellas? Will the Cowboys ever fire McCarthy?"
Hell yeah.
If it's to me, I don't care where you end up. If you don't win a Super Bowl, you're gone. Very simple.
I'll answer that. Mr. Rob, if they don't get to the NFC Championship, then they will fire McCarthy.
Listen, I think it's Super Bowl or bust, honestly.
No, NFC Championship. NFC Championship.
I don't know. We all have our opinions, but
you have to win a playoff game and another to get to. That's what I'm saying. If they don't win a playoff game, then
they need to worry about actually winning the rest of the season.
Right, and I'm not saying that. You're right.
Right.
They better be. The Eagles fans sent, or the Eagles coach sent Doug Peterson cheesesteaks. The Cowboys should be sending something to the Washington Commanders because they're the reason why the Cowboys are in playoffs.
Well, this is the first time we've gone back-to-back playoffs since 2006, 2007, guys.
I don't care about last year. We got our ass kicked.
I'm just saying this is back-to-back. We're in. That's a great. That's something.
That's great. But you know what? If it wasn't for the Commanders winning, we now play the Philadelphia Eagles.
You mean losing?
Well, yeah, but we play the Philadelphia Eagles this week. Then we have the Tennessee Titans, which
who are not. They just lost a quarterback. He's done.
But still, they still have Henry in the backfield. They still have weapons.
They're falling.
The thing, no, it doesn't matter. They're still in first place.
Run game,
then we still have to play Washington one more time.
Henry's going to rush for over 200 yards against us.
And you think about it, even though I don't care, regardless who's playing with the Tennessee Titans at quarterback, they're in the number one position. The Jags just beat us. So what better? I mean, they're hungry. They want to get that number one spot in their division. They want that, not the conference, but the division. They're hungry, so they have a lot to play for.
But of course, they're hungry.
But listen, Dave. You look at our back schedule now. Of course, we have the Eagles right here. Their magic number is 1, just like ours. Okay, 1 game is all they need to wrap up one. Sit your starters, whatever you want to do. Following week, Tennessee Titans.
Who are falling?
Still fighting for a playoff spot. Still
hungry for what? They're falling hard. Look at them.
A
playoff spot. They're still in the hunt.
They're 1 game above the Jags right now.
Okay.
1 game above the Jags in their conference, in their division. So they're damn right they're going to come out and play. Then what's the week after that?
Washington.
The Redskins. Okay, fighting for another spot, fighting for a playoff spot. Like if we go 0-2,
beat the Philadelphia Eagles. The only team.
If we go 0-2, think about that. Do you think that Washington, even though they secure, let's say they secure 6 or 7, do you think their ass is going to sit and let us get the 5 spot? Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
What?
That ain't going to happen. But real quick, hell no. There's Ken Fry. You can check him out.
What's up, Ken?
Every Wednesday, he just did a show this morning, New York Mets. Check him out, the Batcave, and also Saturday night, Vegas sports scene as well.
Yeah, I was talking to Ken this morning. Good guy.
Very knowledgeable on baseball.
Very nice guy.
Also, Ken says,
a very happy Mets fan right now.
He says, I expect the boys to bring a ton of pressure for whoever quarterback against the Eagles. I agree, and that's something I want to see, man. Because listen, we always talk about Dan Quinn putting players in positions, but as we both said, it's the players on the field that have to live up to the expectations.
Right.
The X and O's of the games. You can drop the best plan in the world, but if you don't hit a simple gap or man-on-man football, it's done and over with, no matter what you do. But to me, we have to go back to the first 7 weeks of the season and get pressure on the QB. Stunts, twists. And that's something I really haven't seen a lot of. I mean, what do you guys think about
Not in the last few games, that's for sure.
Well, why not?
I don't know. Can't answer that.
I wish we all knew the answer for that one, huh? We ought to be a millionaire with a crystal ball and that crap. Really. But Ken, he says here, Dak is like Derek Carr. They're afraid to use his legs and get hit. And I agree with this 100%. Like, I don't know. We've seen Dak the first 2 years. I mean, we used to say, get down, Dak, get down.
Dak is like Derek Carr? Kind of.
No, in a way he is because Derek
I said kind of. I didn't say he was.
Derek, you watch Derek Carr, the dude has wheels. He's like a Daniel Jones. You don't think he has speed, but he has speed.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple scampers with Derek Carr, like, oh, he's a dead duck, and he's down the sidelines getting that first down, 15, 20 yards on a scamper. But why can't Dak at least give me 10 yards, twice a game or something? I mean, to me, you look at it like you run 9 routes down there, and your line's giving you a little bit of time, but that opening the field is in the middle. At least give me 6 yards on a little run, man. I don't care if you get hit. Take a dive, go down, slide. Give me 5 or 6 yards, man.
Yeah.
But I just don't get it. Evan says you're welcome for the clinch. I really don't care about the clinch because to me, you know what? I can clinch my ass cheeks and avoid a fart. But listen, that doesn't mean a damn thing. I mean, it doesn't mean anything to me. I don't want another team to win so we clinch.
I'd rather take care of business ourselves than I don't need somebody else helping us out.
You beat who's in front of you,
right?
And we're struggling beating the lesser teams in front of us. When you get to the playoffs, man, you're 0-0, regardless of record. The best of the best get to the playoffs, right? Well, I mean, to me right now, we should give the spot to someone else to where we're playing right now.
So we have 4 losses, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we lost to Brady. We lost to Rodgers.
Okay.
We lost. Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost to Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just saying.
But Dave,
we lost to the 2 goats.
But Dave, let me take it one more step before we move on. Week 1 against Brady, Dak's worst game of his career, I think.
Because he didn't touch the field in the preseason. That's why.
Okay, we'll throw that out. I don't want to talk about the GOAT because we're in that game the whole game, right? Right?
Right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Let's go to Rodgers.
14.
Was he the GOAT that game or one of the possibly GOATs? I think our defense killed us right there. 14 points on a swing. Quickness. Defense again, right?
Mm.
Let's go. What was the other game we lost, Dave? I'll let you continue.
The Eagles.
Okay, that was just a fucking debacle. Okay?
Correct.
I don't want to talk about that game, okay?
Nope. Mm-mm.
I mean, listen, we didn't have our stars. We're not even going to go there. We're not going to open up a can of worms. We're not doing that. Okay?
No.
Because I don't want to hear no fucking Eagles fan come on here. If we win, it was Gardner Minshew.
Right. I don't want to hear that either. No.
I'm not opening that can.
Mm.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence.
Mm.
Just like Matt said, it was a little bit of the offense, but more it was off defense.
Right.
So I don't want to hear the quarterbacks had a big, huge play in our losses. It wasn't. It really wasn't.
Okay.
But that's just me. That's just me.
But yet we're still sitting at 10-4. We sound like we're 4-10.
There's Vincent Joseph. You can actually check him out tonight on Fantasy Football Talk at 9:30.
Stop.
Matt, do you want to tell him anything?
Huh?
You want to say? Yeah, you want to say anything to Vinny? I know you guys are.
Boss.
It's your boss. You're my boss.
Hi, Vince.
Hi, boss.
But yeah, you can check him out tonight 9:30 for all your Fantasy Football Talk. Definitely.
He's the balls.
He has kind words for you too, Matt.
Thank you. I actually go against Vince in fantasy, so maybe I'll tune into his show and see who
so Matt,
me to start.
Matt, did the boss give you a Christmas bonus?
He just sent my boy 5 hours away in the wrong damn direction.
We work for a pen now. There's no bonuses.
Okay, just ask it.
But let's get back to this. I mean, let's talk about this. Look.
I had to ask, Matt. I had to ask. Sorry.
Listen, let's
he takes care of us, though.
There you go. That's all that counts.
Let's get out all the negative before we talk a little positive, okay?
Okay.
Let's talk about this real quick.
Do we have to talk about him?
Yeah, we have to. We have to talk about him because I'll start it off.
The Izell Jenkins of the Eagles.
Listen, now here's the thing. You know how in all last year, plus the first half of the season, even though he stood his ground, we always said, the breakfast toast, Anthony Toast Brown, how much we hated him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since he's injured, I go to bed every night and I pray that somehow he has a miraculous overcoming of his injury.
Yeah.
And he hobbles back on that field and we see Anthony Brown play. Because I can't take another fucking day of Kelvin Joesph. Okay, five targets, 4 catches, 2 TDs against them.
Yeah, why they keep giving this kid a chance? I don't understand. What are they seeing in him? They must see something that we don't. I don't know what.
Then what are they saying, Dave? Because I
don't know. I'm asking you guys. They must see something that we don't in this kid. For him to keep playing week after week and getting burned week after week.
I am 6'4", 360 pounds, and I can play cornerback better than he can.
I'm just saying they must see something in this kid that we don't. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Okay, I understand. Playing corner, it's like playing quarterback. We all know.
Kid's probably quick as shit, but he can't cover.
I don't give a damn if you're quick, Dave. Okay, listen. I don't care at all. But here's the thing: playing corner, you're isolated on an island by yourself. You're going against number 1 receivers who the receivers have the advantage because you don't know which way they're cutting, which way they're stopping. We all know that. But this guy here, he can't cover 1-on-1, and you're damn sure he can't cover with a safety over the top of him. Like I seen one play where he passed off his receiver and completely went the damn wrong way.
Man.
And then the safety comes over and he makes a good play on the ball. But Kelvin Joesph, the wide receiver, went inside. Okay, you don't have another receiver going to the sideline, so you stay with your man, and your safety comes in as well. If it's a flat route, that's your linebacker coverage that takes over the sideline there as a spy on that. But Kelvin Joesph, instead of going inside, he completely turned the wrong direction and went down the sideline with no wide receiver.
Oh, you got to put it in perspective. He is a rookie. Come on.
No, it's not a rookie, Dave.
Kelvin Joesph? Oh, second year.
Okay. Second round pick last year, Dave. Second round pick last year.
Okay. I thought he was a rookie. My fault.
All the Cowboys always pick the winners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do we do? I mean, listen, is Nashawn right? Because he's projected to start this week.
I think that might be it.
See ya. Get out of here.
Listen, I don't care if you're a first round pick, second round pick, man. Listen, if you're going to go that high in a draft, let's go back to the days of, like a tight end, Marcellus Bennett. Remember that guy? Huge talent at tight end. Couldn't get the playbook. Get rid of your ass, second round pick. Get out of here. We don't want you. This guy's the same damn way where you've been playing corner your entire life. 4-year starter at Kentucky, played off ball, played coverage, great guy, gets to the NFL. And remember how he's the big, boss man that. He has a rap contract, you know what I mean? So take your ass, get a rap about getting burnt and I suck. Because that's what you should be rapping about, honestly. Because you suck in the NFL playing corner. You really do.
Okay. But like I said, they see something we don't. I don't know.
I think you're just stealing money out there, man. You're losing.
I think
stealing money.
I think that they were trying to give him a chance these past 2 games.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
I think they realized after him giving up 2 touchdowns last week, they were like, "Oh shit, he's in the wrong spot."
Well, that's why they have an open challenge now. He's going. He's not going to. He's done.
Because if it wasn't for him,
he lost his job.
I don't think we would be losing games if it wasn't for
because
him.
Dan Quinn even said at his press conference, an open challenge is happening at this point. So,
well, here's the thing: you got 2 names, Jerome Bland, which I love. This rookie is
you're a Bland. I do too. I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I am a fan.
I love him. And listen, it's an open battle between him and Nashawn Wright. Nashawn Wright was our 4th round pick last year.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Give him a shot. He's more lanky. He's a little bit more size, a little more coverage speed. Give him a shot, man. Because listen, what better way? I understand we're going to play the Eagles this week. Magic number 1. 1 out of the next 3 games we win, we clinch. We can drop, but we can't go any higher. Of course, we know that. But here's the thing: what better way to put Nashawn Wright in this week? Give him a battle. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You want to pick your poison. You want to see your deep coverage? Stay on Devontae Smith. You want to see your press coverage? Anthony Brown.
Yeah,
Pinpoint guy, physical guy.
Hey.
Let's see what you're made of, Nashawn Wright. Because now's your time. Now's your audition time this week.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what better way to go against the number one team to testing out their skill? Listen, at the end of the day, if we lose, we're in playoffs. You know what I mean? Not to go in like that. Like we already made playoffs, so we can do what we want.
Right.
But this is the time that we need to get shit right before the playoffs.
I agree.
And this is a perfect week to do it because you're going against the number one team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You're going against their top weapons in the NFL. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown.
Where's Jabril Cox at? Where's he been?
He's on the injured report right now.
Still?
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of his ass too if he's going to keep being injured.
Exactly. That's the thing.
I'm tired of that too.
Yeah.
Stop pulling people on because you I respect them too, but you know what? This is a business. Get the hell out of here.
And see, here's the thing. Like I talked to him in preseason. I said the name that I love is Damon Clark. Coming off that spinal injury, he was projected probably the number one linebacker in not this year's draft, but the last year before he got hurt. Ahead of every linebacker. He played at LSU. He played side to side with Jabril Cox. Okay? Here's the thing. I give that man so much credit because he had spinal fusion, which I had. Matt, you've had back surgery as well. That's a huge comeback, number one.
Right.
But this guy gives you 100% effort to get back on the field, do what he has to do, and you got damn Jabril Cox, man, my shoulder hurts a little bit. Bullshit, man. We projected you as a starter to take over LVE's spot this year, right? LVE, he's banged up right now, but at least I give the dude credit because he's fighting through his injuries. And we see a dude like Jabril Cox. My rehabs take a little bit more time. I'm done with this shit. Seriously, I really am.
Back to the LVE thing. We did dodge a bullet there, guys. It was a shoulder sprain. It wasn't his neck.
That's all it is. That's all it is. I mean, it was
2 weeks for LVE. They said.
I mean, did we really dodge a bullet?
Well, I mean, he has been playing well. Really, he hasn't been. I mean, he's been
playing all right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying he's playing absolutely awesome, but he's been.
So who hops in? Who hops in for LVE?
That's this guy. I can't think of his name.
I think you go Damon Clark.
Yeah, but they picked somebody up not 2 days ago. I forget who it was.
Could you imagine if Clark actually has goes off
a game? Yeah.
Woo.
A game? Yeah.
LVE better be shaking in his boots.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, this. You're going against. I don't really care about who's the quarterback. We were going to talk about it, but I really don't care about it, honestly.
They got to practice for both.
You do have to practice for both. But number one, you know what? This is a game where LVE's out. Okay, we already know Kelvin Joesph. He shouldn't be starting. If he does, man, listen, you're on a short ass leash. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, you're on one of those chokers, brother, right now.
Whoever he's on, let's just pray it's not AJ Brown.
No, but you know what? No, I want him to be on AJ Brown. I want to see it. Because what you do in a game makes you better, man.
I agree.
You have to face that fear. And listen, if I'm struggling, and I know millions of eyes are on me, and the coach is just like isolated on my ass. Single coverage. Okay, single coverage. What is he going to do? If I get burnt, I fucked up. You know what I mean? But if I can stop him, that's momentum for me. I'm getting on the horn. Saying, "Hey, Dan, how was that? I got him. I'm learning. I'm locking down." That's what I want to see. And just like LV, he's going to be out, but I want to see the next linebacker step up.
Right.
But to me, he has to have speed, and he has to have fundamental football. Regardless of Hurts plays, it's going to be harder for them because he has wheels, and I don't think he's going to run with his shoulder. Of course, even if he did play this week, I think it's going to be a run game, not with Hurts, but I think it's going to be more of a passing game to me. But I just want to see who steps up. Now, my other question to you guys was this: all right, regarding the defense. Why aren't we getting enough pressure on the defensive line versus weeks 1 through 10 and weeks 11 through 15? What do you see differently? What are we doing differently?
Okay, well, Dave, you got this.
I just think teams are starting to watch video on us or watch film.
Well, what are they watching? In your point, Dave? What are we doing?
I mean, they're double teaming Parsons big time. He's not getting to the quarterback as much as we.
Okay, Dave, I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick before I go to Matt.
Don't put me on the spot, please.
I'm not.
I hate being put on the spot. Okay. But go ahead.
I'm gonna put you outside the box, and I want you to get the key and come back into the box for me real quick. Okay? Let me ask you the question here. Okay, Dave, you said teams are game planning and double teaming positional players, correct?
That would be sure.
Okay, so you're DeMarcus Ware, usually Parsons is over his side, correct? Usually, right? So
DeMarcus Lawrence.
you're taking away DeMarcus Lawrence with a double team. Your tight end's chipping him, number one. So you still got your left tackle, right tackle still chipping DeMarcus Lawrence playing one-on-one. Parsons is playing linebacker. What are they doing with Parsons? If you're double teaming a guy, you lose one hat on the offensive line, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
What does your defense need to do that we're not doing then to get momentum into the backfield?
They're not putting pressure on the quarterback, that's for sure.
Well, why are they getting pressure? There's two things that you can do to get pressure on a quarterback when you're double teamed on the defensive line.
Well, if you send your linebacker.
Well, he's a linebacker. Why isn't he getting through pressure? Matt, you know where I'm going, right?
Help me out, Matt, because I
stunts, twists,
anything stunt wise. You're taking. Okay. There's two players coming at one. Stunt.
Okay.
When you're double teamed,
one player is getting double teamed. You pull them both together, and you have now a wide open gap for a stunt.
Well, somebody like Dorn, wouldn't that be like?
Want to call.
I mean, what's his name? Going up the middle all the time. We're not seeing that.
LV?
No. Can't think of his name. Number 6.
Donovan Wilson.
Yes, Donovan. Yes, thank you. Yes.
But here's the thing: when you're double teamed on an offensive line, okay, your first step is not up the middle. Your outside guy is what we call a delayed blitz. It's a delayed stunt. It's a delayed stunt. Once he reads that double team where your hands are here, it's a clean option. A delayed stunt is right up the middle because you're not going to see that. You're hiding behind him to come off the line there. We don't do that anymore. We don't run safety blitzes anymore. We don't run any coverage blitzes anymore. We become more of a vanilla team when we try to protect the lead. We're better when we're aggressive. We're aggressive. We're a better defensive team. We fly to the ball. We're not worried about anything, and we keep everything in front of you. We'll give up the short game, but to me now, we're giving up the long ball. We're giving up the long ball too much. We're not keeping it in front of us. We always said bend but don't break. We're breaking before we bend now.
Well, lately we've been breaking.
More lately than ever.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and that's just like kind of pissing me
off.
Well,
we didn't break on the Texans game. We stopped them on the 2. You know. So.
Well, Dave, I mean, you know what? Disregard that one play where Lawrence made the play, but let's.
Well, not even that. The Anthony Barr play, it was huge. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but that game should have lost because thank God Driscoll's an idiot and ran the wrong way.
True.
You know, am I right or wrong about that? I mean, listen, right. It was either two plays. It was either a quarterback keeper right off the end there off tackle number 1, or it was a quick pitch out of speed out option. It was one of the two. And a lot of people say he got hit in the backfield, but you got to think about it. The quarterback first went to the left. He took away all his speed momentum to get outside to the right. We don't know if he would have been caught.
Well, the play before that, D-Law made a huge play before that too.
Yeah, but you play 4 downs. You know what I mean?
I get it.
And that fourth down, just thank God, it worked out the way it did. But
it did.
Before we get into it, let's just talk about it real quick. Let's look ahead real quick. Christmas Eve, Saturday, Eagles, Cowboys. You know, I don't even care who the quarterback is.
Not as big as it could have been.
Well, I mean, you want your best team out there to see where is the measuring stick is the coin I always use. Measuring stick, the best in the NFL, Philadelphia Eagles. We cannot admit it. We have to admit it right now. They're the best team in the NFL in my eyes. Without Hurts, if we win this game convincingly, close, what do you guys want to see? And just put it this way: how do we win this game? If it's Gardner Minshew, what do we do? How do we win this game?
Got to put pressure on him all day. Yep.
Okay. Keep him inside the pocket.
I agree.
Start sending blitz up the middle. Send your safety blitz, your corner blitzes. Make him have to run. I mean, he's not a runner.
No,
it's not a Jalen. It's not a Jalen Hurts.
No.
I mean, the game plan definitely changes when Jalen Hurts plays because he's a runner. He's scoring. He's probably averaging 2 touchdowns a game himself.
Got to give Dak short field position too. I think that's better. That'll work.
Well, this is what I'm looking at. I mean, yes, if Gardner Minshew's playing, just like you said, we got to get pressure on him. But to me, I'm game planning weeks 1 through 11. I'm watching what we did on defense there because you got to get back to Cowboys football, man. On defense, you fly to the ball, which we haven't really flown to the ball. Keep everything in front of you. You look at our front seven. We have probably one of the best front lines in the game with the Eagles as well. Okay, but we got to put players in better positions, and that's not all Dan Quinn. It's 80% of the players on the field, honestly.
Right.
We can call the best defensive play, a gap here, a stunt, a blitz, whatever. But I'll go back to one play with the Eagles game. Go ahead, Dave.
Did Dorrance Armstrong practice today? Because he was limited yesterday.
I didn't even look, honestly. I didn't even look at the injuries. I can look for you real quick.
Because that's the one guy I'm worried about.
LT, limited practice today. Limited. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I want to go back to one thing, and I'll just touch base with this real quick. The Eagles and the Bears, okay? We all seen that safety blitz. Okay? Jalen Hurts had clear field for 25 yards up the middle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you call that? Is that a defensive breakdown, or is that just a Jalen Hurts being a genius? What do you call it, Dave?
I think it's a defensive breakdown.
I think it's a Jalen Hurts being a genius.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think
so?
Visualizing
the field and know where everybody's at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
If you watch that play, go back and watch that play. Okay. What pisses me off is Dak Prescott is the king of the audible, king of sounds. Okay. Mm-hmm. His first snap count is ha! And he tries to read the defense, right? Jalen Hurts did that. Who moved up? The safety moved up from his spot and creeped down the line and showed his gap. Jalen Hurts said, you know what? Fuck this. This is a clean run. Even if the play was directed to the right, even if it was a sweep, whatever, 4 wide at that point, you're by yourself. You ran to a gap that was so isolated with no linebacker, no safety. I give him 100% credit because he read that even before it started.
That kind of play looked like a video game to me.
But Dave, listen,
where the whole thing was open and he just went,
Dave, if Dave, Matt's 6'4", okay? How tall are you, Dave?
5'5".
Holy shit! Are you really 5'5"?
I
didn't think you were that small. Okay, it's like barbecue chicken in the paint. If Matt's playing wide receiver for me and he's got you covering, or you're a safety and you come over to him and it's a corner blitz. So if I see that, Dave, damn right I'm like this, Matt. It's time to eat, baby. It's time to eat. That's exactly what I don't see Dak doing anymore. You don't look for the mismatches at all anymore. It's what your play you ran, you go to that play. You got to find mismatch out there.
Tony was good at that. Tony was good at mismatch.
He found the open receiver. He didn't care who you were. He didn't care.
Right. That's what Tony was good at.
But Dak's progression is like, Matt, I'm going to you. This is, a drag route. This is all you. You're my one route. I don't care where you are. I'm trying to get you the ball.
Right.
He doesn't do that. No. How do we beat the Eagles? We know their defense is solid. How do we beat them real quick before we start getting out of here?
Go ahead, Matt.
Show up.
Number one, big time.
Act like you want to be there. Do what your job is. Play the damn sport.
I agree.
Keep good field position for Dak. Like good kick returns.
How about the defense putting pressure on the quarterback regardless who it is?
But that too.
Stopping the run game. Miles Sanders, Gainwell are going to want to eat all day against us.
Well, they didn't do much against Chicago, that's for sure.
Yeah, but this would be the game they show up. It's a divisional game.
Yeah, they didn't touch the ball.
They're coming because of Micah Parsons' comment. They already got fire up their ass. They're ready to show up on Christmas Eve and make sure Cowboys don't have a damn Christmas this year.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So you better bring your
and plus Goddard's back too, guys. Goddard's back too.
Yeah.
Goddard's back. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put some fire on your ass and get this shit going.
I just want to see Parsons come off the edge. I don't care. I don't care if it's Hurts. I don't care if it's Minshew. Whatever.
What I want to see. Listen, I don't care about who gets sacks or covers sacks or whatever. Pressures. What I want to see is 60 minutes of Cowboy football, man. I want to see us go out on the first drive, regardless if we defer, get the ball, whatever. I want to see if we're on defense. I want to see a 3-and-out right away.
Why does every
offense come out?
Why does every game? Why does every game for us come like every last 2 minutes? Why? I don't get it.
Because Dave, we're not a full team right now, brother.
We have to sit there and suffer for the last 2 minutes of the game and see what Dallas is going to do. Drives me nuts.
Well, Dave, it's just you can't. You got to put a 60-minute game out there, man. You can't rely on a 15-minute game. Winning the playoffs, it's not going to happen. We've seen that.
I mean, 27-10 on Jacksonville. You're thinking, okay, we're good.
Well, anything's not secure with the Cowboys. We've already learned that, right?
But not in this league. Not in this league. That's the problem. Anything can happen in this league.
Jacksonville, if they would have never went into overtime and we would have just handled our business. I knew it was going to be a high-scoring game, and we should never overlook Jacksonville. They had a bunch of fucking weapons.
Yeah.
I mean,
Trevor Lawrence is not no.
But did we overlook them in the second half? Because we didn't in the first half. First half we rolled. I don't get it.
Yeah, we overlooked them. We thought that it was a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
At 27-10, we probably did. You're right.
We put up this many points. Yeah, this game's over. What?
Yeah.
Let's slow roll it and call it a day.
But Dave, here's what you said. You said a little bit earlier. I think I just heard you say it happens in the NFL, right? Close games.
And it does.
Right?
It does.
Yeah. But there's a big difference, Dave. Right there. I'll stop you right there. The Cowboys in a close game, we lose those games. Majority of them, right? Or give
in
up.
The past, in the past, we have.
Okay. This year, we've given up a 14-point lead, a 17-point lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
The two teams we should have beat, correct?
Yes.
Let's flip the script. Let's go to the Eagles. 3 close games. They won all 3. Why?
Because we blew them away.
No, I'm talking about the Eagles games. The Eagles games.
Last year we blew them away twice.
I'm not talking about last year, Dave. I'm talking about the Eagles this year. They have 3 close games this year. Colts, Bears, and I believe it was the Lions in the very beginning of the year, correct?
Well, Houston gave them a fight too, didn't they?
Okay, well, Houston too. In the first half, it was basically tied. They were up 10, whatever it was, right? 10 something.
Right.
Let me ask then, why the Eagles? Why are we talking about the Cowboys can't secure a victory?
Because the Eagles turn it on when they want to.
There's the word. What is it?
Turn it on.
Why can't we turn it on, Dave?
Okay.
When we have just as many weapons as they do.
True.
That's what pisses me off. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, whatever, Dave, but that's my situation where on paper you have a fucking good team, okay? Mm-hmm. On the field you have a damn good team, top in the leagues, okay? I'll put this team up against anybody on any given day, but I would take that away because I know that 50% of the time with that team, they don't show up to their potential.
Yeah.
And that's why I give the Eagles credit. It's like I put on Facebook. I give them so much credit because in close games, they find a will to win the game.
Well, if you watch Eagles games, it just seems like the third quarter they step up. Like it's weird how it works.
Better teams do, right? Better teams do in the second and third and fourth quarter.
Great teams find a way to win.
And, I put on Facebook, I was like, listen, 3 weeks ago, the last 3 games of the Eagles, Jalen Hurts set a record for passing, correct? Next game, it was an all-out NFL record for running, right? Next game, what happened? A balanced attack. Next week against the Bears, guess what? We had to grind it out. They found a way to grind it out. That is what a team is supposed to do. Very simple. Us, 14-point lead, 17-point lead. We downplay the Texans. We downplay the Jags. I don't think the Eagles do that. Even if they do in the first half, Sirianni's in the locker room like, who is the better team? Are we better team or let's get on the bus and go home now. They find a way to win, man. Very simple. You know what I mean? It's hard, man. It really is. But listen,
I hear you.
But you know what?
Well, then Brady always found a way to win, and he didn't have the greatest teams in the world.
Well, I mean, look at this year. I mean, he has a losing record, but listen.
But I'm just saying, when he was in New England, he always found a way to win, but he didn't have the greatest.
He doesn't have the greatest guys down there right now, but he's still got him in. Even though it's a bad division, they got him in a number of spot. But
they're 6-8.
But Dave, I understand that. But listen, here's what we're talking about.
They're 6-8 and leading the South. Something ain't right.
Okay, Dave, I'm going to hold you to this right now.
That's how people look at our division in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Not this year.
I understand. This is 1 year out of how many that
right.
our division has been terrible ending the season at 7-9 and
Right.
8-8 and making the playoffs
Well,
because
in the last, I think it's the last 6 years of this division, you've had 2 teams under 500 every year. 2 teams over, 2 teams under 500.
In the NFC, there are 4 teams. There are 4 teams that are to be reckoned with. Other than that, who else is there?
I'm going to hold you to what you said, right? I'm going to timestamp what you said. Brady is not having the greatest year. We all know that, okay? They're 6-8, right?
Yep.
Dave, I'm going to tell you, if we secure the 5 spot, we're definitely going to play them, okay?
We'll see them.
So is that a clean wash? You're going to beat Brady being, let's say he goes 8-9.
Brady in the playoffs is a different atmosphere.
Better teams show up, right? Better captains show up.
Well, we should be. You would think we'd be the better team going into that game.
Should be, yeah. I mean, it's a different story, though, right?
Mm-hmm. If he gets in, I mean, that division, who knows at that point?
Right, I get that. But here we go. Before we get out of here, real quick, let's just do it, man. Final predictions here.
Mm.
You know what? We're going to go 2 ways here. We're going to go 2 ways. We're going to have 2 different scores. Let's go first. Let's go first. If Hurts plays, a banged up Hurts plays, what do we got scores at?
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, you want me to go? I don't know if
Please.
You want to go first. But
no, you go first. No, you got it. Yeah. I'm not saying anything.
Eagles 30, Cowboys 14.
That's with Hurts, right?
With Hurts.
Okay, Dave, what do you got?
With Hurts?
With Hurts.
If he does play.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt, so give it to us.
Let's say Eagles 20. No, Eagles 28, Dallas 20.
All right, 8 points. Okay. With Hurts, 31-17. Okay. Now let's go to the Minshew effect here. Minshew mania, man. Let's talk about Minshew mania. Dave, you go first on this one.
Minshew mania, Dallas 28, Eagles 24.
Okay, 4-point swing for us. Okay. Matt, what you got?
Eagles 27, Cowboys 24.
Loss either way?
Well, I don't see that. Not Minshew. No.
Minshew, the only difference is Minshew doesn't run the ball like Jalen Hurts.
He has a good arm.
The weapons.
He has a good arm, too.
He has the arm. They still have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith,
Goddard. And a good running game, too.
Yeah, Miles Sanders and Gainwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a man who hasn't ran the offense in how long?
Dave, what's my thing right now? Prove me wrong.
I got you. I understand what you're saying, but you can't. He was the last time he touched the field last year. Come on.
2006. Garcia came in as
stop with that. Stop with that.
And beat us. Destroyed us.
Stop.
Mm-hmm.
So if Minshew comes in here and destroys us next week, you're gonna be paying for it on this show. If he plays.
What side am I gonna go on here with?
I'll take my lumps like I always do.
What side am I gonna go on?
You're right.
I'm definitely gonna have to be like I'm gonna go with the
tie game.
No. I'm gonna go logical.
Yeah, 24-24 with okay.
I'm gonna think logical here because I'm just trying to look at advantages, X and O's here. I like the point of what Matt said because all Minshew has to do is
take his side.
Play a scripted game because you do have
take his side. You always do.
No, but I'm being logical.
Then I prove you 2 wrong every time. So go ahead.
Oh, I love it.
Well, you know what? Just in that case, prove me wrong, Dave, because you've been right a couple times already. Every squirrel finds a fucking nut once in a while. But
I find it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, you more than the fucking 2007 Eagles. But even if Minshew plays here,
Garcia, happy Merry Christmas. Give me a bullshit break.
I'm gonna go.
Kiss my ass, MT.
I'm gonna go Eagles 29-27. Even with
give me that garbage.
You hear me, Dave?
Merry Christmas, Philly bullshit. Say it again.
You didn't hear what I said?
No, I missed it.
Minshew mania, 29-27 Eagles. I think it's a loss either way.
Okay. Sure.
So if we win, Cowboy Dave's gonna be texting us like, "I told you."
Hey. As long as you promise me one thing this weekend, okay?
Can I just say?
You can say whatever you want.
No, what am I promising you? What, a Christmas? What do you want me to do?
I'm not Christmas.
Merry Christmas. What do you want me to say?
I am freaking Santa Claus, okay? So don't. I'm going to promise you Christmas, but listen, promise me one thing.
I talked to Santa already, but go ahead.
I bet you did. I bet he's taller.
I did.
I bet he's taller than you.
We talked in November. Go.
All right, listen, Dave. Seriously, promise me one thing this weekend. It's Christmas weekend, right?
Right. Yes, it is.
Winner, if we lose this weekend, Dave, please don't lose your fucking marbles in the group chat again.
Gotcha. I won't.
I got to put you on suicide watch sometimes, Dave.
I'm good.
Okay? I love you, brother. You know that, Dave.
Yell at me, scream at me, do what you want. I don't care.
You know, sometimes like you listen into the group chat and like Dave leaves the voice message. I do too. Everybody does. But when you press on Dave's voice message, he's like, I'm fucking done. You know, like I had to turn my phone down because you're screaming so loud.
I don't say I'm done. I just get mad because
you're done.
Wait, listen.
No, I never said I was done. I never said I was done. No, I've never done.
After our embarrassing loss last week, and everybody was sending their video or their voice thing. I start playing everybody's out loud, and my wife is like, "Is that Cowboy Dave?" I say, "Yep, that's him."
Yeah. No. I was mad because we didn't get to see it. I don't understand. Like, you had the Cowboys and the Jaguars on. You couldn't put them on Channel 3. You had to put them on a Fox game. I don't understand that. That's why I was pissed.
You know what? Next time, if we don't, I know we get the games this weekend, but what I'm going to do, Matt, is I'm just going to put you guys on Facebook Live. Not Facebook Live. I'm going to send it on Messenger, and we'll do a private chat. I'll leave my phone in the projector room.
No, what I could like you have cool. Eagles. I'm sorry, Jaguars, Cowboys. And usually on the Jaguars, they can usually get a Channel 3 game. They're AFC, and that's what I'm thinking. You know. But
it's when you have it's Philadelphia area.
Yeah,
I get it.
If I had regular cable, I wouldn't even get the Eagles.
One or the other.
Games. Yeah, I would get Steelers games. Plus, you're in an AFC district, so you're going to get an AFC team.
All right, so I promise I will not.
Here's the good thing, Cowboy Dave.
Yes,
it's going to be on TV Christmas Eve.
Oh, I'm excited.
I don't know if we should be or not.
It's been 2 weeks since I got to see my team play football, so I don't know.
Dave, can you do me a favor? Just make sure we have gas in the chainsaws this weekend. Appreciate it.
Gas in the chainsaws?
You don't get that, do you?
Yeah, you and your tree. I get it.
Damn right. Because last year I cut a few trees down during the Cowboys debacle season. You know.
I know. I understand. I understand where you're going.
Listen, it's Christmas Eve. They're playing, so if they lose, I'm just going to eat all the cookies.
Yeah, Santa ain't getting shit this year. I'm just gonna eat all the fucking cookies and drink
all the cookies
and all the spiked eggnog, brother.
That's right.
This actually could go down to a Maher field goal to win it, guys.
Dude, I don't care how we win the game. If we win the game, prove me wrong. You know. But before we get out of here, let's just go around real quick as we always do.
Hates us.
Final thoughts. Who usually goes first in final thoughts?
I never did, but Cowboy Dave can go today.
No, you go first. No, you go first.
When Cowboy Dave goes first, we win. So Cowboy Dave.
Oh, Dave, you're right. Let me look at that. Dave,
is that true?
Your stats are.
I think that's true.
No, buddy. Dave, you actually are 6-1 when you go first.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just fucking with you. But it sounds good. Go ahead.
Sounds good. What are you talking about? Why do I have to go first?
No, but seriously, you go first.
Final.
I think when you go first, we win. So let's.
Are you serious?
Let's do this, Cowboy Dave.
Wait, hold on. I gotta hear.
How is that? How do you know this?
Dave, you're 7-2. You're 7-2 when you go first.
Get out of here.
Let's do it.
Matt is 3-5, 3-5, and I am 4-6. So you're up, Dave.
Let's do it, Dave. Come on, Cowboy Dave.
Final thoughts. Keep the pressure on Hurts or Minshew, whoever that may be. I don't know who that is. I guess we'll find out Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
You'll start getting reports Friday. Friday? Okay.
Yeah. Friday.
Keep the pressure on Minshew or Hurts, whoever the case is. Let's run the ball. Please run the ball. Kellen Moore, just keep the ball on the ground. We have two great running backs. Use them. That's what they're there for. Defense. don't get beat over top because you know what Jalen's going to do. He's going to throw it to A.J. Brown or he's going to throw it to Devontae Smith over. It's going to be a long day if our defense can't, hold those two guys, to a minimum. And let's get turnovers. Defense has got to get turnovers. We are so due for a pick six. We are so due for a fumble recovery, take back. Something's got to give.
Mm-hmm.
And let's give Dak short field position. I mean, let him, I'm saying like good kick returns to the 50-45. Keep Dak, and let's keep Dak not so much getting sacked so much. Let him just, offensive line, give him some time, see what he can do. Other than that, that's all I got. Let's go. Let's kick the Eagles' ass. That's all I want to say. Let's beat them.
Hopefully after that we'll go 9-10-2 after that one, Dave. So
just beat them. You're home. You're home. You have the advantage.
Sounds
do
good.
It.
Matt, what do you got for me on final thoughts here?
Just play ball, man. I mean,
short and simple.
Let's lock in with the receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. We can't be giving up all these big plays to Goddard because I know we're terrible against tight ends. Even though fantasy football says we're not, I think we're still terrible against tight ends.
I think
especially
so too.
Dallas Goddard. I mean, just the basic 11 hats to the ball. Forcing turnovers, forcing fumbles, sacks. I mean, we need it all this game. I mean, this is a balls to the wall type game we need to have. Show out. I mean, give a show to the fans in Dallas. Offensively, we just keep shit going, rolling like we've been, and just continue rolling. Not letting off the gas pedal. Kellen Moore needs to open up his playbook a little bit, not with these stupid ass little reverses in the backfield on play 1 or 2. Little,
100% agree.
Outside runs, up the middle, balance plays.
I agree.
And final, prove me the hell wrong.
Exactly. I agree 100%. My final thoughts. Go ahead, Dave. What?
Last thing, Dak, just stop with the interceptions. Come on, just do your thing.
My final thoughts are: listen, we need to get the win. Number one, prove me wrong. Of course, we say that each and every week. But listen, offense and defense, man, go back to what fundamental football, Dallas Cowboy football is. Maintain the run. Don't abandon the run. Don't be vanilla. Take what they give you. Defense, go back and start playing 11-on-11, hats on hat. Secondary has to play coverage ball. I like cover sacks. We don't see a cover sack a lot now. In our game, defense front gets pressures. No quarterback can stand in the pocket for 5 or 6 seconds. Get pressure on them. That's why we get a lot of sacks, is cover sacks. But go back to fundamental Cowboy football. Stunts, twists, line pressures is what we need. Offense, let's be a little bit more productive. Window dressing, I want to see it, but you got to set up the next play. So we just got to go back to Cowboy football, play fundamental, offense, defense, special teams, and I want, most importantly, a 60-minute football game, man. That's what I want. That's all I want this week, man. Win or lose, as always, as well, stay healthy. That's my final thought. So, guys, before we get out of here, we'll be back in 1 minute to close the show. Please take a look at all of our shows and our sponsor. We'll be back in 1 minute to close the 215 Boys out. Hey, listen, guys. So here at Out of the Box, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Tomorrow night, I just want to say before we get out of here, we do have a special show tomorrow night. Many of the hosts will be joining us. Our regular Fourth from Locker Room podcast will not be on tomorrow night, but being it's the holidays and before we get our ass probably kicked on Christmas Eve, who knows? Here at Out of the Box, we're going to have a special show with all the hosts tomorrow. It's going to be like a little holiday get together. We're going to talk about, family, traditions, and what it means to be, a part of this group here, as well as, our families out there. So if you guys don't get to check us out, from myself, Paul Spencer, Cowboy Dave, Matt Klein, COP, we wish you, happy holidays. And most of all, let's get the Cowboy win.
Before we leave, I have to know, big TOP over there, what's your favorite Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas is You, Mariah Carey, baby.
Stop.
Baby. MC in the house on that one, baby. Yeah, you can't go wrong without a little Mariah Carey. Am I right, Matt?
Paul, what's your favorite Christmas song?
I have two. Exactly. I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan. My first CD that I ever bought, Mariah Carey, Vision of Love. So I got to stay with my baby Mariah Carey, number one. Okay.
That's my baby. Hold on.
You guys heard that, Mariah?
Whoa. Mariah, you better tell him.
Mariah.
Get my kids out of there. Get my kids out of that house.
Those are your kids?
Yes.
She said they was mine, man.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy.
My other one is Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Yeah. Okay, well, mine's Frosty the Snowman. I know, I'm sorry, but I like Frosty the Snowman. That's my favorite.
All right, there we go. All right, guys, listen. Stay tuned. Stay tuned in about 7 minutes. We're going to have another show, College Football Frenzy, with myself, Mike, and of course we have Bill Furman from EOP joining us as well. Our last comment is from our biggest viewer out there of all of our shows, Linda. Thank you, Linda. We expect you tomorrow night because it's going to have a lot of fun, a lot of hijinks coming on there tomorrow. And I got a little surprise for all the hosts tomorrow. We're having a virtual Pollyanna where they have 30 seconds to come up with a gift, whoever they're picked. So nobody knows.
I won't be here tomorrow night, but good luck. Have fun with that.
Well, we're gonna get you a set of pom poms, Dave. I already got your name.
Appreciate it. Hey.
Blue sunglasses.
Hey.
All right, guys. Listen, myself, Paul Spencer, Cowboy Dave, TOP, and Matt Klein. We'll see you next week after hopefully a Cowboy win. Playoff seed number 5 locked up. So, guys, as always, thank you for tuning into the 215
Happy
show.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And how about them Cowboys?
And stay safe. Go, boys, go.
Cowboys.